as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City. And a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set. We're set as the Steelers are ready to do better with the Baltimore Ravens. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
4 yards on the
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. He uncorks it for Snead. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by the all-pro safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jalen Ferguson. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
48 for Mike. 65. These two. 48 Mike. 48 Mike. Lawyer John.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll run with McFarland. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Anthony McFarland, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Ravens 0. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Baltimore.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
28-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Jackson on the
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Ravens.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
11 yards there, first down. He'll buy some time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
9 yards. It's second down.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He's going to look deep for more. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. Got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jalen Ferguson, his 2nd sack of the night. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
I'm coming after you. Check 24. Hey. Check 3. Shit. Focus. Check.
On second down, McFarland. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
He's checking. Snickers. Takes both of them. Kill.
On the ground, it's McFarland. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's third down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Here's Roethlisberger. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Returning it is Moore. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
14.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Again, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Bud Dupree make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the 3-time Pro Bowler, here's Mark Ingram, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this carries into the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Easy. No. Hey. Alert 3. Check.
Again, McFarland. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
The ball carrier.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Double. Come on. Big Ed.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And incomplete. It's 4th down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
I'm coming after you. What is that?
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, McFarland. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Tight into the right, boy. Tight into the right. Move. Check nickel. Check 43. Check 4. Take 2 of them. Kill.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 33. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
from the 31. Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
They got to get to the 23 here on third. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They got to get to the 23 here on third.
Check, check. 40, easy. Come on, D. Mike's foot.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
Roethlisberger's pass.
He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Second down.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Ingram, the ball carrier.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Well done from a safety to come up there at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle, too.
Yeah, he actually played into his position, didn't he? He's the strong safety. That means being near the line of scrimmage, cleaning up the run game, almost an extra linebacker, and he relishes the opportunities to put a big hit on a runner.
We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snapper to give to Dalvin. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Made at the 16-yard line.
It's a third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
5-yard pickup.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot.
A 29-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We got 4. We got 4.
Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first. Big Ben with his size, sometimes it still surprises me when he can dance for a first.
He's the preeminent quarterback at taking contact, shedding it, and turning it into a big play. You know what they say about him? It's not the first 3 seconds of the play that you're worried about with him. It's the next 3. Takes the hit, and now he creates a big one.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
The pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 41, Roethlisberger flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Throwaway. Brings up 3rd down. And
the Steelers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Jack 16. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He's got it at the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They're going to try and run. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3.
Ravens 12.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Complete to Devin Duvernay. It's a gain of 9.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Right back to Dobbins on first. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there. He'll look to throw. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pick.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
32-yard line.
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. T.J. Watt in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
3rd down.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
10-10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. T.J. Watt, always the disruptor, there to blow that play up.
14-yard line.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
The ball carrier.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
First throw in overtime now for Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
40-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
230. Check it back. Snippers, 66. Out. You good? He's crashing. He's checking crash.
McFarland once more. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to him.
On 2nd down now, McFarland. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Tossing this out wide to McFarland. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Steelers, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next.